Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight's live. My name is Lunta Di La Paulo. I'm a CPA and the founder of Yetu Accounting and Tax PLLC. I am thrilled to be with you tonight. I am indeed excited to spend the next 20 to 30 minutes with you to share with you some very important information for your business, for your retirement, for your finances. The information that I'm going to share with you is going to be very practical. It's going to be very actionable. My goal is always to help you as a business owner to have the right information so that you can take action on that information and achieve better results. Okay. Today we're going to be talking about the danger of dismissing exit planning for your finances. We're going to be looking at the business side as well as at the personal side. Why it matters, what are the implications of this missing exit planning, and why exit planning should be and must be of your concern. Okay. I'm going to be going through today's presentation and I'm going to be repeating a few things here that I've shared before here on my LinkedIn page, my Facebook page, or if you've been following us, okay, across our social media or through our website, you've probably heard me repeating these over and over again. And I'm not going to get tired to repeating and telling you the same things. One of the wisest people that I've ever heard, Dr. Robert Orles, have said the moment people get saturated with the information, it's exactly then that they actually start understanding what you're telling them, right? So, and if you are a Bible person, you know the Apostle Paul said that I don't get tired to repeating the same thing for you because it strengthens your faith, right? I don't want to get religious here, but I want to say this that it's important that we repeat the same information so that you as a business owner get the right information, get the information you need to make better business decision, better planning decision so that you can avoid very expensive mistakes that many business owners that I've come across to and many more that I haven't come across to will continue making these mistakes, and it costs them personally, it costs their business, it costs their employees, it costs people in their lives and their environment. So as a business owner, I want to encourage you to stay connected with me so that you can get the right information and make better business decisions and improve business decisions. So, today we're going to be talking, as I said, about the danger of dismissing exit planning for your finances. Before I even touch on the danger, but let's just settle down this course here about some of the key important facts. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so that we can we can just settle one thing at least. Okay, let's do this. You and I need to agree at least on some of the basic facts here. Okay, and my proposition, okay, is that exit, that you and I as business owners, right, we know that at some point, let me erase this, at some point we started our businesses. Okay, okay, that's that's a very long line. We started our businesses. Okay, let me draw a line here, right? There was a moment that the business began, right? you know let's call this line time. Okay, so maybe year 0, year 5, 10, 20, 30. Okay, and here there is more. What's happening is we start our businesses with zero revenue, right? Zero revenue. And as we grow 1 to 10, $100 million or more, right, we're growing, but we also know that at some point here in the future, we're gonna exit the business. We know that, right? We know that it's 100% guaranteed, right? It's 100% guaranteed. We're not gonna avoid this. This is 100% guaranteed. It's unavoidable. Okay, unavoidable. We cannot avoid it. Okay, it's inevitable. Okay, we know we're not gonna be able to dodge this bullet. For all of us business owners, at some point we're gonna exit, whether or not we want it, whether or not we desire to exit, right? We're gonna need to exit, whether it's due to natural course of life, we are aging and we need to go to retirement, or because we got sick and we need to step aside from the business, or you know, God forbid we die. That's also one way to exiting, right? Or willingly, we can decide to sell the company to somebody else or transfer it to a family member, to our management team, and so forth, right? But we know that it's 100% guaranteed. It's 100% guaranteed. There is absolutely nothing we can do about these facts. Sooner or later, we're going to exit, okay? And it doesn't matter our age. It doesn't matter our age. We can exit sooner than we wanted, right? We can suddenly get a major illness. God forbid that doesn't happen. But we know that at some point we're going to need to exit. So here's what we know, we also know, and we also understand, is that a lot of business owners today in the US, okay, and I'm gonna share here with us some recent research from the University of Minnesota on business exit for businesses in Minnesota. And I'm gonna tell you this, I've seen similar patterns across businesses that I've dealt with across the United States, across our country, right? And it's very important, it's very critical that we understand and we get the facts correct, right? So number one, you and I agreed that exiting our business, it's gonna be inevitable, it's gonna be unavoidable, it's gonna be, okay, something that is 100% guaranteed, right? So we like to say that in life there are two things, right? Taxes and death, right? But I actually think in life, for a business owner, there are two things. It's not taxes and death, rather it's taxes and exiting your business. Okay? Exiting your business. These are the two absolutes in life for me. Okay? And I believe it applies for every single business owner. And death is just, dying is just one way for you to exit, right? And the question that I always ask business owners is, will your business be ready for your exit? When the time for your exit arrives, whether or not you wanted to exit, will your business be ready to exit? That's the biggest question, right? That's the elephant in the room, right? That's the question that a lot of business owners are not looking at, are not paying attention to, are not considering. But I believe if you're following this live, if you come across this live at some point in the future, it's more likely because you're starting to think about exiting. The other thing that I see as a misconception, I'm just setting the ground here, the foundation for you, is the idea that exit planning is for aging business owners. Aging business owners. Nothing could be less accurate than this. That this is not correct. This is not true. Okay, this is not facts. Okay, because what we actually tell our clients, especially new entrepreneurs, okay, you need to start planning for your exit the moment you launch your business. The moment you launch the business, you need to start thinking about your exit. And here's why it's important, because it doesn't matter if you're 5, 10, 30, or 50 years into your business, right? You gotta have an exit plan. You gotta know how you're gonna exit. Okay, what are your plans for your exit? How that plan is gonna be put forward or in place? Because if you don't plan for your exit, what we often see happening is A business, right, for those business owners who want to sell their company, will stay in the market very long, right? Business will stay there, 2 years, 5 years, or more without being able to sell. And those who actually get the attention of potential buyers and get sold, these businesses are selling at discount, okay? A big discount. Why? Because they are not very valuable in the eyes of potential buyer. Let me give you a curious statistics here. In the US today, various statistics, you'll find, in some places one, you'll find in some places 1 out of 10, in others 1 out of 12, and in some others even we've seen 1 out of 13 businesses ever get sold in the US, right? These are the statistics, very depressing. 1 out of 10, 1 out of 12, 1 out of 13, okay, business that gets sold. So let us put some numbers here. Let's say, in a universe of one, let's just stay with this middle number, okay? 1 out of 12. So in a universe of 120 businesses, only 10 business get sold. But this is not even the biggest issue. This is not even the biggest problem, because the biggest problem is right here. Let me show you. I'm gonna change the color so that I can show you what the problem is. In these 10 that actually get sold among these 120, only 20% of this company ever get sold at the price the owner wanted, during the timeline the owner had in mind, and under the terms the owner had in mind. Okay, so that is only 2 companies out of 120 that ever gets an optimal and favorable exit. Okay, so why is that this ends up happening? What is happening? What's making these companies, the remaining 118, not to sell at favorable terms or even ever get sold? What's happening? Today we know that business buyers are getting more sophisticated. Okay, they're getting more sophisticated, they're getting smarter, they're getting wiser, they're coming very well equipped with, you know good good investors and professionals. Okay, they're hiring attorneys, accountants with very good experiences buying and selling companies. Okay, but business owners are not getting these kind of preparations, they're not getting this kind of advisory, they're not getting this kind of experience, and therefore they are, it's like bringing a US army in a battle with, a very small country. Okay, it's technically in a fair war. We know the US is gonna win, or at least has more chances of winning, okay, because of the preparation of one side versus the other, the resources, the equipment, okay, the military mighty, right? It's absolutely different. It's absolutely, not comparable to a much, much smaller country. So this is how a lot of business owners are playing in the game of exiting, okay? And when we look into this scenario, there is also another problems that is becoming more and more depressing for a lot of business owners. We know, at least, okay, according to various statistics, in the US, in the next 10 years, okay, 10 years to 15 years, okay, we're going to be seeing approximately 30 to 35 million boomers going into retirements. We know this is a fact. We know this is a fact. Okay. We know more boomers are going to be going into exit. And we also know that about 8 to 10% of these boomers, okay, are business owners, Okay. We know our business owners. That's roughly 2.5 million more businesses to 3.5 million businesses potentially coming to the market in the next 10 to 15 years. Okay. And we all know, We all know, okay, please pay attention. We all know the law of supply and demand. Okay. We know this is the X for price, and this is the X for demand. And it's inversely related. Okay. We know the higher the demand, okay, here is high, here's low, here's high, here's low. Okay. The higher the demand, the lower the price. Meaning the more businesses come to the market, we're gonna be seeing, okay, the price to come down for many businesses. Okay, that those are the expectation. Those are the facts we're dealing with, and many business owners are not willing to face the elephant in the room. We also know that. Let me now take a look into the research from the University of um, Minnesota here for us. Okay, we also know some of the really interesting facts here on business exit. Okay, so the University of, of Minnesota actually put together, okay, a research based for business owners in Minnesota. I'm not gonna necessarily use this as a generalization for the entire country, but based on my experience as a former investment banker, many of the trends that I've seen in this research, okay, do reflect for the majority the reality of many businesses across the United States. Okay, so let's see what this research is telling us. Let's see what this research showing us about the reality of many business owners. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so what do we know about business ownership in Minnesota according to this research? Okay, 84% of businesses with 5 or more employees, okay, are the respondent of this questionnaire are owners. Okay, and then we also know that 85% again are owners or senior leaders in the current role, meaning that most business owners are still running their companies today. Okay, and we also know that an average here that these business owners have been running their business in Minnesota is around 39 years, or roughly 40, 39.6, right? The minimum is 2, okay? Meaning that in my mind, when I hear over 30 years, okay, I'm thinking that there is at least 1 to 2 generations there, right? Some business could be, in a place where the first generation is close to exit and needs to start getting ready for an exit, and the second generation of business owners are coming in place to take the helms of the company. Okay, 55% of business owners who responded these respond questionnaires are the founders of the company. Look at that, are the founders of the company. Okay, 69% is fully family owned businesses. Okay, and again, here we are, right? 59% are currently owned by the first generation, 27% by the second generation, and 12% third generation or beyond, right, of the respondent. And the number is not any material number, right? The numbers of respondent, it's over 200 respondents. And then I'm gonna jump a little bit here, okay, in these results. The question number 6, they asked business owner how familiar they were with business succession and transition planning. Okay, 9% said they're not familiar at all. So from 1 to 3, we're looking at close to 30% of business owners who are not necessarily familiar with business exit or succession planning at all. Okay, and we can say roughly, right, another, close to 40% are somewhat familiar with succession planning and transition. And here's where business owner get their information, okay, about exit or succession plan or transition planning, right? They're getting from trusted advisors like us, right? CPAs, accountants, attorneys, other folks, bankers, and insurance agents, and etc., etc. And 59s are getting their information from other business owners. Very interesting, right? And so forth. And here's another uh, question around how familiar are business owner with external transition option, meaning if you wanted to exit your business, what options do you have available for you? And here's what business owners said, right, in general. Okay. So strategic buyers, about 38% or 39 closely, they are familiar with the a potential of a strategic buyer to acquire them, right? Um, about and we can still see that many business owners are not necessarily familiar with what are their exit option if they ever wanted to exit. And I'm gonna jump here a little bit to some other findings, right? What factors were most important to business owner, right? According to ranking first, second, third, and so forth. And over 286 business owners and senior management responded, right? They wanted business financial success after their transition, after their exit, okay? Retaining good jobs for current employees, very similar to what I've heard, sitting with many business owners. Maximizing personal financial success, okay? Business longevity after the transition, okay? These are the top four items that they wanted to see. But let's see now what these business owners were doing to actually prepare their business for their exit or succession and transition planning. About 61% of these business owners spend 0 to 1 hours per week preparing their company for their exit in the last 6 months. Okay. About 26% of them spend 2 to 5 hours per week. So if you put these two together, right, we're looking at 87.6% of business owners who spent less than 5 hours per week in the last 6 months preparing their companies for exit or preparing themselves for exit, right? You can only expect a great financial success after your transition, retaining good job for current employees, and maximizing your personal financial situation after you exit if you actually plan accordingly, if you actually spend the necessary amount of time, resources to build the company to a place that commands value to a potential acquirer, or in the case of transferring the company to a family member, right? They're actually going to be in a place where that makes sense to them. Okay. So we're seeing that many business owners, if not the majority of business owners, are not spending the necessary amount of time and resources to prepare their company for exit. Okay. Let me tell you something. I teach this to my team. I tell them the following: exit planning is like a triangle. It is like a triangle, a pretty turbo shaped triangle here, but you'll get the message. When we think about exit planning at Yero, we tell clients the following: exit planning is about creating a roadmap that creates value for business owners in the company, creates and maximizes value for the business owners to achieve their outcome or outcomes when the time for their exit comes, whatever that exit moment will look like. Okay. So when we do exit planning for a business owner, we're really trying to create a roadmap, a journey, right? That we're looking at the business. Okay, here's the business today. Let's just put some number here to give us some reference. Let's say your business has a revenue of $1 million, your COGS of 200K, you have gross profit of 800,000, and then you have OPEX, operating expenses of, let's say, half a million, and you pocketing a net operating income before taxes of 300,000. If your business sells at 3 times multiple, we're looking at a valuation of 900,000. Okay, can we agree there? Right? So this is where your business is today, 900,000. But the question is, if you are a business owner, okay, in America, and we know most business owners do not have enough retirement savings, okay. On average, an average American household has about 340,000 in retirement savings, especially those near retirement. But we also know if you are close to, let's say, 65 years of age, you should expect to live at least to 83 to 85 years of age, right? 83 for men, 85 for women. Women typically live longer. So we're looking at least 17 to almost 20 years more. If you add, let's be generous and give you 3.4 or 300K plus 900,000. If you'd sell the business, that's $1.2 million. Okay, let's say minus taxes. Okay, you're gonna be left with only $1 million. Okay, we're being very generous here because we know your taxes will be higher. Okay, let's say you're left with $1 million. If you're expecting to live about 20 years, okay, 1 million divided by 20 years, that gives you only $50,000 per year to live with. The question is, are you going to be able to maintain your lifestyle, the lifestyle you have today, living off with $50,000 a year? Yes, you'll tell me I have social security, that I'm gonna be getting Medicare and so forth. But remember, your Medicare is not covering everything. Your insurance is not covering everything, right? And we also know that the older we get, the more expensive our healthcare becomes, at least in the US, right? So we're looking at roughly $50,000 per year. And that brings us to the question of, is that enough? Will that be enough for you and your family? Okay. Sometime we need to think about not only your own retirement, but some business owners want to leave some inheritance for their children's, their grandchildren, so and even charity and so forth, right? So going back to my definition, what I'm really trying to do is, your business today, let's say it's valued at $1 million, and in 5 to 10 years, let's say you're gonna need to have $3 million. So how do we get there? How do we get there? Right. So that's the role of exit planning. That's how we think about exit planning. And this question mark is answered, right, for us with exit planning. Exit planning is our answer to this problem. How do we maximize the value of the firm to a point where we get 3 million in 5 to 10 years instead of 1 million? What do we need to do to increase the value of the firm? What should we start doing, okay, to build a firm that reflects exactly what a potential buyer would be interested to acquire. So that's really what we're trying to do. That's our job. That's our role. So I'm getting to an end, and I want to make an invitation to you. If you're a business owner, and even for many of you who are 30, 40 years of age, who think this thing is only for people close to retirement, that's just not being a wise business owner, because to, sooner or later, as I said at the beginning, you're gonna need to exit. You're gonna have to exit. It's not an if question, it's a when it's gonna happen. And the question that I'm always asking business owners: will you be ready? Will the business be ready? Are you gonna be able to achieve your goals when the time for your exit arrives? Right? If you're not gonna be, then you're not building a company that actually can deliver to you the financial outcomes you need. So again, the answer to this question for us is exit planning. Is exit planning. And if you are dismissing exit planning, you are doing a disservice to yourself, to your family, to your business, to your employees, to your community, because many businesses are forced are caught up in a situation where they have, excuse me, they have to close down. Okay, closed down because the owner became sick, because the owner died. Okay, because the owner died, and so forth, right? Because of the separation, because of, whatever life situation that arrives. Why? Because the business wasn't prepared, wasn't ready for the exit, right? So as we get close to an end, okay, I want to make you an invitation, as I said. If you want help, if you need our help, we're here. We're more than happy to help you. And we're making you a free offer here, okay? We're going to give you our free ebook, okay? I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. We're going to give you our free ebook. Okay, we're gonna give you our free ebook. We spent a lot of resource in this. We have put together our experiences. We have, we have put together everything we've learned in incredible job putting these together. We've just done an incredible job. If you go to our website here for our ebook, which is my name, luntadilapaulo.cpa.com/seven exit mistakes here, okay? Seven exit mistakes. You're gonna land to this website, and you can come here and you can get your free ebook today. And if you want to schedule a call with us, we offer a free evaluation, okay, assessment of your business, where we're gonna show you where are the problems and how you can maximize your company's value. Okay, we're doing this offer for you for free, and it's designed to really help you increase the value of your company. We're doing this for free for you, and we want to help you. We want to help you be successful. We want to help you achieve better results. So do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. Go ahead and download and get your free copy today. Today, not tomorrow. Again, the time to start taking action is today, not tomorrow. Is today. If you wait, we don't know what's gonna happen. You shouldn't be waiting 1 year before you can actually take action to start preparing for your exit. Here's what we know. The sooner you begin, the luckier you get. The sooner you start preparing your company for your exit, the more time you have to actually put in motion the plan you and our team come up with to increase your business value, help you plan to minimize your tax burden, okay? So that when the time for exit arrives, you actually get to exit on your own term, on your own price, on your own timeline. That's our desire, okay, for you and your family. I hope this was helpful to you. Do not hesitate to reach out to us. We're available. We want to help you. We want to see you succeed. Okay. So please do not hesitate. Reach out if you have any question. We'll be more than happy to be of service. God bless and have an amazing